Right now, this is really just a big mess, simply put, with a lot of work that needs to be done. And as many of you know, every year the legislature takes a summer break.
You know, but if they really wanted to, they could hold a special session. They could stay and work through the summer, and a lot of people are calling for them to do just that if the roads aren't fixed. But now Detroit's Jim Kirchner live with some new information on this, Jim.
Yeah, we're hearing two senses of urgency out here in what you might call the real world. The people said, we didn't like Prop 1 because it was $2 billion. It was a money grab. It was too much money. But up in Lansing, we played the clip earlier from the governor saying, I'm going to check with the House leaders and the Senate leaders and see where we're at. No sense of urgency. Well, there's a new voice of the people tonight. Take a look at this, a poll that shows they want a special summer session by 85%. Get this, that's a wider margin than the failure of Prop 1. Went down 80-20, as Stephen said. Now, take a live look at our wall in our newsroom. We've been showing you this for a couple of weeks. These are our 62 state lawmakers. We've taken down the X's and the checks showing where they stood on Prop 1. Our new project, we're going to call them and mark their picture. Are they willing to give up their summer vacation? Do they get the sense of urgency? I can tell you the poll that came out showing 85% want a special session. That was a poll done by Epic MRA, and it had three groups behind it: the Michigan Health and Hospital Association, the Michigan Association of Health Plans, and the Michigan Municipal League. The big question is, Stephen and Joanne, Lansing, are you listening? The people want it done. Back to you.
We'll find out.
As we mentioned before, a lot of plans have been floated in the legislature for fixes for our roads. In fact, we started getting emails today from legislators with their plans already laid out. They could be in session during the summer if that's the case.
Right. Joining us now from Lansing, Republican Representative Peter Battaglia, chair of the House Transportation Committee, and Senator Jim Ananich, the Democratic leader of that chamber.
All right, we'll start with Representative Battaglia. First question, are you willing to work through the summer to get this done?
Oh, you know, absolutely, but I don't think we're going to have to. We haven't been sitting on our laurels for the last 4 months. There's plenty of ideas and plenty of plans floating around, and I have to tell you, working with Speaker Cotter and the other parts of the leadership team, we'll be putting out a plan here in the next couple of weeks, and I think we'll be able to get it right.
Representative, talk to us about what is in that plan. Does it include any type of a tax increase for us, or what's in it?
You know, I'm not going to go into great detail on this right now. You know, we're not even 24 hours into the feed of Prop 1, and I want to say this, first of all, is Prop 1 should have gone down. It was too convoluted, too complicated, and too expensive. But overwhelmingly, I've heard from the citizens throughout my district, throughout northern Michigan, and throughout southern Michigan, that people are ready to fix the roads. And I've also heard from people telling me that I'm willing to pay a little extra. Just tell me it goes to roads.
Okay, let's get on that subject right now, because you made the point that people didn't seem too bothered by the tax increase, at least not most people. But can you do it with either a very minimal increase or maybe a timed increase that only lasts for a certain amount of time, or no tax increase at all?
You know, that's a great point. And I'm not going to say this is a bill, but here's a simple fact. If you raise a fuel tax by 10 cents, you create $450 million. Proposal 1 was only going to put $400 million at the top of the formula next year. If a bill like that would float, and if that bill would have support, and if that bill passes, that's $450 million right away. So there's lots of bills, but that's not the only bill. There's lots of bills out there that change some funding sources, cut some loopholes. Creating $1 billion within, with maybe a little revenue raise, is not that hard. And I'm not saying that we're going to seek a revenue raise, but my goal as the chair of transportation and having some great leaders on both sides of the aisle on the Transportation Committee, I believe we can get this done and do it right.
Let me ask you.
And right, people want the money going to roads.
Well, yeah, that's clear. As a matter of fact, 64% in that poll that Jim Kirchner mentioned said they would have been okay with that if they knew a sales tax increase, if they knew the money was going to roads. Before you go, real quickly, one of your colleagues, Representative Lucido, Republican from Shelby Township, wants to use the interest from that catastrophic fund we've heard so much about, that auto insurance fund. Where's your thought on that? Will that go anywhere? There's been so much controversy about that issue in general.
I have great respect for Representative Lucido. You know, being an Italian, both of us are part of the Italian caucus, so we stick together as much as we can. But that plan is not feasible. If in fact that fund generates that much extra dollars, that money belongs to the people that have been paying insurance and should be returned to the insurers of the state of Michigan. Under Governor Engler, $100 was returned to the car insurance people back then. So I'm not keen on doing that. I believe that money belongs to the people that have paid that insurance, if in fact it's even there.
Representative Battaglia, thank you so much for your time tonight.
We're switching on over to Senator Jim Ananich, the Democrat leader of the Senate. And first of all, that special summer session, you willing? Are you going to go on the record now saying, yes, I will work this summer?
Oh, no question about it. I mean, I think we can get the solution done before then, but I'm willing to work all summer, however long it takes to get this right.
Representative Battaglia said there, he sounded very confident, as you did just a second ago there, that something could be done. It's going to require bipartisan support, correct?
And it's also going to require leadership. And I think that's one of the most important things that we all need to be thinking about is, well, how do we find a long-term solution that doesn't put any burden on middle class and working families only, and make sure that the burden is spread equally across the board. And I think that's going to take real leadership and not running from the problem.
Now, it's great to talk about leadership right now. A lot of people are asking, where was the leadership going up to this? None of you guys were willing to take this on. Instead, you kicked the can down the road and let voters decide on this in a very, as everybody admits, convoluted bill. So where was the leadership to at least produce something that we could vote on?
I think that I would take a little issue with that. 2 times the state Senate sent over a bill to the state House that would have fixed the problem for the long term. There were solutions. It was supported by the governor, done in a bipartisan way, and the Republicans in the state House chose not to take it up. So, you know, at the last minute, Republican leadership and the governor came together with a proposal, and you know, we supported it because we think it's important to fix the roads. And you know, it wasn't our first choice, but sometimes you have to make tough decisions. And so Democrats have been there the whole time looking for solutions and trying to find real solutions to this problem, and we're willing to still do that.
Do you think that one of the real solutions will include an increase in the gas tax that we'll all pay at the pump, Senator?
Well, I think we need to be creative. I think if we learned anything from Tuesday is that the publics want the leadership. They want us to make sure it's not on their backs alone. They want to make sure everyone has to pay the fair share. And if we look forward, there shouldn't be a 5 months fix or a 1 year fix. It should be a 5, 10, 20-year fix. And the way to do that is looking at things in a different way. And looking what the issues are going to be like 5, 10 years from now as cars are becoming more fuel efficient. I'm not so sure if the gas tax is the smartest way to go forward.
Now, there are proposals out there that say this can be done without raising anybody's taxes at all. Do you think that's possible?
The way they would do that is by gutting school aid fund, cutting our underfunded schools now, cutting local police and fire, and many other services that people rely on. If you look at the same poll that you referenced earlier, overwhelmingly people do not support that. They want to see us come up with a real equitable solution and not Band-Aids. I think they're tired of that. And I think hopefully people learn their lesson from yesterday.
All right, Senator Jim Ananich, thank you very much for your time today. And again, both of them on the record saying they will work summertime here. Yeah. So there you go. We can put that on Jim's wall.
We'll be asking your colleagues as well. Thanks to both of you tonight. Still ahead on the Now Detroit, much more on Proposal 1, including what people around Michigan are willing to see for road funding and what they're willing to pay.